road trucks, and from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the NFL. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
H&H Roofing, established in 2015, is proud to serve the local area, which includes the tri-state area in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. H&H Roofing has a professional team that are licensed and bonded, GAF Master Certified Installers, and an insurance-preferred contractor that will work directly with your insurance company. Also a leading roofer, siding, and gutter specialist. H&H Roofing will service all residential, commercial, and agricultural needs. Go to HandHroofs.com for more information or call 402-359-2546.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Summer is near. Now's the time to clean or replace your furnace filter to get the most out of your AC. Find energy saving tips at les.com/save-energy.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see areas of patchy fog this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies. The rest of the day, we'll see a high around 84. Tonight, a slight chance of showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies are expected. A low around 64. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return with a high around 85. Meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
Gather round. This is the Ticket Water Cooler.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Coming at you live in the heart of Lincoln, America.
I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
On air and online at theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Jake Bakoven and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
Welcome into the Ticket Water Cooler. It's not Jake Bakoven and it's not Rico.
0 for 2.
Yeah, 0 for 2. Not a great percentage so far. It's Nick Sainert hanging out with you guys, and I'm now joined by Austin Orman. What's up, Austin?
Oh, just living the dream, filling in people that are gone.
Yeah.
How we do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Teamwork. Next man up.
Yeah, 100%. So once again, Water Cooler, it's noon hour. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, and the Starter Heyman text line are both open for you guys the entire show. It's the Ticket Water Cooler, sponsored by the Guardians of Freedom Air Show, August 26th and 27th out in Air Park. Go to LincolnAirShow.com for more info. Once again, it's the Guardians of Freedom Air Show, thanks to their support for the Ticket Water Cooler. Okay, so we have a little bit of news here that was just announced about an hour ago. That we definitely want to talk about. The professional volleyball team that we've been discussing the last couple of days that's going to be hosted in Omaha is now, they have announced their team name. And this is where I want your guys' input on it, especially 402-464-5685. I'll also ask Austin, obviously, his input. They are going to be named the Omaha Supernovas. The Omaha Supernovas is going to be the name of the Nebraska professional volleyball team in Omaha. They teased it out the last couple days because they have been putting like stickers on light posts Did you see this?
I did not see
So they
that.
put like their logo, stickers of their logo onto light posts and onto like traffic signal or like stoplight posts. And nobody knew what they meant, but they tweeted it out yesterday. It was like, have you guys seen these popping up around town? And it's probably not until you mentioned it, but either way, they have announced that it is going to be the Omaha Supernovas.
Fascinating choice. Don't really know where it comes from. It doesn't really fit with any of the, local regional team ties. I don't really know where they got this one from. Curious to see what the mascot looks like, right? Because that's a big part of this. Like, the Rockets have their little, tiger bearcat thing in Houston. The Astros have just a little green kind of Philly Fanatic ripoff kind of monster. Not a whole lot of space themes everywhere. So I like that aspect of it. The actual, O and the like sparkling star is actually kind of cool.
It is.
I can get behind it.
It's not a bad logo.
Right. The logo works.
For those that don't know what a supernova is, it's the explosion of a star.
It's literally a dead star.
It's an explosion of a star that is the biggest explosion in space. So supernova. Shout out to the Omaha Supernovas. Are we interested in the Nebraska Pro Volleyball Organization?
To some degree.
I think I've gotten much more interested over the last couple of days.
Obviously, they're going to take the best players they can from all across the country. That's the way it has to be done. I think it would be a fantastic marketing tool for them. I think it would work out very well for them in the long run if they just say, hey, you graduated from Nebraska? Why don't you just move 60 miles up the road and play? You'll keep being really good.
Yeah. I think what's interesting, obviously a lot of people know Gina Mancuso Prasowski from the Huskers. There's also going to be, I don't know, are people going to start paying attention to college volleyball more with this?
College volleyball has its time, right? That Final Four
Absolutely
is very well attended and very well covered, which is great. I think Nebraska is a unique market to talk about this because we know the other, huge volleyball teams like Stanford, really good, probably doesn't get the same coverage that Nebraska volleyball does, just given everything else going on in California. Kentucky, Louisville, in that area, Kentucky men's basketball is always going to overshadow. Louisville is new to the scene. Pitt was really good. Texas has been really good. There's just so much going on other places that will it be mainstream? I don't know. Will we experience something similar to volleyball like we have with the Women's College World Series? I can definitely see that happening.
I'm trying to find all of, now this is going to get started in February of 2024. So it's actually going to be, it was just announced 3 months ago, and they're going to get things going in February. I also don't know, is there concern here with similar to these knockoff, I don't want to say knockoff, the great value brand NFL leagues? Is there concern there that these become kind of just that type of thing where it just kind of starts to fizzle away?
Football's different in that the budget you need to maintain football is huge. I think the XFL, the USFL, maybe not the CFL, given that that's in Canada, it's its own sort of thing, it's different. But given the budget, the stadium that these teams are playing in, you can have a little, but you're never going to be the NFL. Volleyball, I think, is just a smaller scale and probably always will be, not because it's worse or that's the way things have always been, but you don't need the budget. It's still a little bit more of a niche sport, even as much as it is growing. So because you can keep, I think, the overhead costs down to some degree. Playing in CHI Health Center is ambitious. I think there will be games, if this catches on in a few years, they can get some pretty good numbers. But this is where I wonder if maybe Ralston Arena would have been a better start. If Baxter would have been a better start. But I think, again, being in Omaha, you're going to probably draw more than, say, the Beef, who undefeated season. Tommy Armstrong is quarterback. Congratulations to them. In minor league baseball has been well supported with the Chasers. So since you're not in a huge market and you're picking a sport that Nebraskans already pay attention to, I think it will be successful enough to keep it going in Omaha. It just depends on how it does in the other markets.
That's what's interesting. You mentioned like Ambitious going to CHI. That's where this team's going to play, obviously. Ambitious going to CHI, which is a little bit bigger than Pinnacle Bank Arena at that. And when you look at, obviously this is all hypothetical stuff, but down the road in 3 or 4 years, you can always go, hey, we need more room. We need to move to the CHI Health Center. There's more of a demand here. You never want to go up. We're struggling to get a really cool atmosphere here in the CHI. Let's go to Baxter. You don't want to do that.
You never want to downsize.
No.
You always want to upgrade. And looking at the other markets, right? You have Atlanta, going to be tough to catch on. I get it. There's a lot of talent down there and good teams close enough, but that's going to be tough. San Diego, already a lot going on out there. Orlando, plenty going on out there. Grand Rapids, Michigan, I suppose you can essentially call that, your Detroit team. And Columbus, where you're not going to overtake Ohio State, probably not going to overtake the Blue Jackets.
Nope.
And then you have, your Browns and Bengals, your Reds in that mix. So Omaha is, to me, by far the best volleyball market that they've chosen. And that's, again, where I go back to, I hope everyone else picks up on it and supports the teams in those markets, because Omaha's going to do its part. Nebraska's going to show up for this team, especially if they get, former Husker players. But I could see it not catching on in other places. And because again, they got ambitious, they shot for huge markets, and it's harder to catch on there.
Once again, it's the Nebraska Pro Volleyball team announced their name this morning, and they're going to be the Omaha Supernovas. Sanderson says, you don't have to try and to be polite, fellas. The name is kind of dumb. I don't know. I feel like a lot of names sometimes just aren't as good as you would always want. But then when you get asked, all right, what would you have rather had? You don't really have an answer for it. Yeah.
Right. The names that we know that sound good rolling off the tongues are the ones that have been around forever.
Yeah.
Right. So the name kind of becomes good just when you get used to it. And it got announced half an hour ago. So
yeah, it did.
We're not going to love it right now. And here's the thing too. These leagues have to try to catch people's attention. So they pick something big, flashy. You can't just be another Wildcats.
Yeah.
You can't just be another Huskers, something like that, right? These leagues have to try to pop, and you're going to be talking about Supernovas because it is out there. It's unique. It's different. That's a marketing tool.
I'm trying to search real quickly here if like the San Diego team has picked their mascot. I don't know if anybody else has picked their names yet.
Okay, we have the Columbus Fury and the Grand Rapids Rise.
Okay, so Supernovas is probably the best out of those three.
I think so.
Omaha, now doesn't necessarily roll off the tongue, unfortunately. Omaha Supernovas, like the Grand Rapids Rise or the Cedar Rapids Fury.
Columbus Fury.
Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Columbus Fury is kind of cool.
These all sound very MLS.
Yeah, which or like select softball team.
Sure, yeah.
That's what I'm picking up on.
Sure.
Or I select baseball too. I mean, it's fine. But I think, yeah, I mean, MLS is perfect. Like the Portland Timbers and like, yeah, I agree with you on that one. I don't know. Is there another professional team anywhere that's the Supernovas?
I doubt it.
I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, even though I don't pay attention to MLS a whole lot. Like I would know the team if they are.
Right. It's funny because when you think about this, like it's, supposed to be the upper level pro volleyball here. My first thought was going to be, well, it sounds very minor league baseball, but minor league baseball doesn't care. They're going for the memes and the jokes, and they have to, and I love it.
The Trash Pandas.
Yeah.
I love the Trash Pandas.
Who doesn't?
I have Trash Pandas gear. I get emails from them almost every month saying, hey, Nick, new Trash Panda gear just dropped.
Sod Poodles.
I was like, really?
What's a Sod Poodle?
Nobody knows. Salt Dogs even.
Yeah.
What's a Salt Dog?
Darn if I know.
Nobody knows. Somebody says you should drop the super and just emphasize the Nova and make it the Omaha Nova. But they said emphasize the O to make it like Omaha. That wouldn't be too bad, Henry.
Maybe.
Mark from Cook says Supernova is a club volleyball team. Just Google searched it. So
Nova does literally mean new.
Hey, new star,
right?
New explosion,
right? So I get what they're going for. There's all sorts of symbolism. I don't know if they intended. It works. It's fine. Again, I think like these people are saying, the O is going to get emphasized.
I'm not
on
trying
its
to
own.
overreact on the Supernova name. Like I'm still gonna find myself gravitating towards the game.
If something goes wrong, oh Novas.
Oh Novas. Come on, fans, cheer on the Supernovas.
Novas.
Okay, see, we're on the way to something. We do have a phone call. Nobody there to answer the phone though, so let's go ahead and just bring them right on. Live radio caller. Who's this?
Hey, I can't stay on long. It's Jason, but
hey, Jason.
The Saltbucks got their name from Salt Creek, that basin and the creek that runs right by the stadium in the dog days of summer.
Oh,
so it's
sweet.
pretty simple, nothing too fantastic. But yeah, not too many people know that. But the dog days of summer, and I think somebody came up with the Homer mascot, which everybody does like.
Everybody loves Homer.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, Jason. Yeah, I love Homer.
Oh yeah,
Homer's so underrated.
It's true. He's perfect. He's not scary, but he's not too childish, right? Just like a happy dog, and he doesn't like a smiling dog.
Yeah, exactly.
It just warms your heart.
And you can pull his chin, and his ears flap up, like something simple like that. It's not an inflatable.
No,
it's good. I'm okay.
It
with
works.
It. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Somebody says, "Give me a few days," but first impression was favorable. Although when you said Supernovas, all I could think of is the Omaha Milky Ways. I don't know. Where that one comes from.
I thought the color scheme looked familiar, and they are the exact same color as my Nerds gummies in the back.
Oh, nice! How about that?
Yeah,
little teal. Is it teal? Light blue.
I'll go grab the bag. I'll be right back.
Okay. Somebody says, or Jim and Lincoln says, you can play off the zoo. Call it the Omaha Wildlife. We'll have to get Austin's thoughts on this. 402-464-5685. It is the ticket water cooler. The Omaha Supernovas are officially the name of the Nebraska Pro Volleyball team. But once again, so
there's the Twitter account header.
I do like. You're right. It's the same color scheme.
The same color scheme.
I do appreciate the logo. Like the Omaha Supernovas logo is going to look cool on a t-shirt.
Oh, absolutely.
I will want a Omaha Supernovas t-shirt.
I will lean into the teal aspect of it. I don't have much purple or pink in my wardrobe.
Yeah.
But again, I kind of I get what they're going for. I get the demographic they're targeting. And I think it's going to work really well.
Yeah, I agree. So once again, it's the Omaha Supernovas. Let's go ahead and take a break. Okay, so what we're going to do when we come back, we're going to stick on the Nebraska Pro Volleyball team right now. Rico and I actually sat down or talked to Diane Mendenhall a couple of days ago, the president of this Nebraska Pro Volleyball team, now the Omaha Supernovas, the president of the Omaha Supernovas. And with that, we kind of talked to her about it. We do reference them as the Nebraska Pro Volleyball team because we did not know their name when the interview dropped. But a lot of people asking what the mascot will be. I don't know what's the Dallas Stars mascot?
Dallas Stars mascot.
Obviously, NHL team Dallas Stars.
It's very Houston-esque.
Yeah, so
this green fuzzy monster.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you personify an explosion?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how. Do you think they have it written up already?
They have to.
Do they just be like, you know what, this will be an August problem,
or
let's just name it. We'll figure it out after that.
Here's the thing: do we really need mascots?
I feel like it's something like this. There's going to be a young crowd. I feel like you're probably going to want mascot.
But do you want one because you want one? You want one because you're obligated to want one?
Oh, I think you want one.
But if you're struggling coming up with a concept, is it worth it to force it?
Yeah,
do the Flyers really need Gritty?
No, but he's great.
He's great, but do they need him?
No,
right? Just let it go.
You can say that about everything. Then, do the Salt Dogs need Homer?
Yes, because it matches their logo.
Okay, I suppose so. Well, Salt Dogs, yeah, I get that. I get that. You can make a dog into a mascot,
right?
Okay.
Do the Heat need a mascot? I mean, maybe you can anthropomorphize a flaming basketball, but I don't think you need it.
In that regard, how do you make a Husker?
Well, we've seen it. It's just a farmer. It's a person.
Okay,
it works.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page here, and you're not trying to cut.
If you have to stretch, it might not be worth it.
Okay. I think there's a chance that that the Supernovas stick out and work for Omaha. We'll see what happens. All right, so once again, we're going to play that interview with Rico and myself with Diane Mendenhall coming up next. It's the Ticket Water Cooler, sponsored by the Guardians of Freedom Air Show, right here at 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beers, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Summer is near. Now's the time to clean or replace your furnace filter to get the most out of your AC. Find energy-saving tips at les.com/save-energy.
Register to win one of 4 $500 gift certificates from Graham Tire Company of Lincoln during their anniversary sale going on now. Instant rebates on Goodyear, Kumho, Hankook, and Nokian tires. Additional mail-in rebates on select Goodyear tires. Double your mail-in rebate when you use your Goodyear card. That's up to $260 savings on 4 select tires. Hurry in for the savings and your chance to win a $500 gift certificate given away to 4 lucky local winners. Graham Tire and Auto Service, getting you to the places that matter most. Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the Shuffleboard Corner. Come on Sundays for open house league all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see areas of patchy fog this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies. The rest of the day, we'll see a high around 84. Tonight, a slight chance of showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies are expected. A low around 64. And tomorrow, mostly sunshine to the high around 85. The meteorologist Kyle Buckner for 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and Cobble Big Summer Sales Event is kicking off into high gear with lots of fantastic offers still going on. We got 0.9% interest rates and trade-in bonuses on select new models. I know it all sounds too good to be true, but yes, 0.9% interest rates right now. A couple also wrap up our and our pre-owned inventory is filling fast. We've got Road and units for your roll, so stop on by the dealership or online at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
It's a new era for Nebraska football with a new head coach. Gear up for the season with 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of Big Ten Media Days. Live from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis on July 26th and 27th. Jay Foreman, Amon Green, Vershawn Jackson, Terrell Farley, Derek Pearson, Steve Sipple, and Jake Sorensen will be in Indy for our shows on Wednesday and Thursday. Coverage of Big Ten Media Days is brought to you by Ben Bleicher, a professional realty group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate, Gary Michaels Clothiers, Warhorse, A1 Automotive, and the 1890 Initiative.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
The wait is almost over. The Guardians of Freedom Air Show is the hottest event in the area. Coming to Lincoln's Air Park on Saturday, August 26th and Sunday, August 27th. Elevate your air show experience with tickets to the premium seating tent, padded seats, meals, and more for just $125. Premium tickets are going fast, so buy yours today. To purchase premium tickets and for more information, visit LincolnAirShow.com. We'll see you at the Guardians of Freedom Air Show in late August.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Allo is here to give you the FYI. Are your shows buffering? We know why. Are your games lagging? Don't deny. Your work calls dropping? Here's the FYI. Your old school internet company can't keep up. They give it a try. Their network isn't enough. Don't get trapped in their gimmicks and lies. It's time to fiber your internet with Allo. Honest, local, and hassle-free is what we stand by. Experience Allo Internet. Visit allofiber.com/FYI.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez.
When I gave you the cookie, I heard very clearly, I don't think about you, Schmidt.
Why would I think about you?
Because we're friends. We're not animals.
We're men. The only time a man is allowed to think about another man is when that man is Jay Cutler.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the Happy Hour here on 93.7
93.7 at ticketfm.com. Rico and Nick bringing you all kinds of things here on the Happy Hour. And we are joined by a very special guest on the Allo VIP line. VIP line brought to you by Allo Fiber, where we understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. We are joined on the Allo VIP line by the president of Nebraska Volleyball Pro Team, Diane Mendenhall. Diane, how are you on this wonderful Tuesday?
I am living the dream, Rico.
That is fantastic. Now, Diane, I know a lot of people within the Nebraska volleyball program and within the athletic department and just Nebraska as a whole know who you are. But for somebody who might not know who Diane Mendenhall is, can you please explain who you are?
Who I am. Well, now I have the wonderful role of serving as the president of the new Nebraska Professional Volleyball League, but I grew up in Ogallala, Nebraska, so way out west, and just had a great experience in Ogallala, and went on to college, played volleyball at the University of Kansas. I defected, but I found my way back, and finding my way back, actually, credit to Terry Pitt and John Cook. So when John Cook was taking over the reins of Husker Volleyball, he and Chris created a volleyball operations, which was one of the first in the nation for volleyball. Football had it, men's basketball, but volleyball didn't. And so I had that wonderful opportunity. And then I also, actually, from that point, I did that for 4 years. We were 128-9, so it was a good run. And then opportunity presented itself, and I eventually became a senior associate AD. I led the Nebraska Alumni Association actually for 6 years, and then served for the chancellor on external engagement. And now I find myself leading this new franchise.
Diane, I guess just as simply as I can put it, how did this come about? How, just kind of walk us through the story of you being offered to become president of the new professional volleyball team in Nebraska. And ultimately, why'd you say yes?
You know what? You're one of the first people that has asked me that question, Rico. It's interesting too. The inception of the whole pro league and coming to Nebraska, I have to thank the family, and actually, Jenny Burrow is one of the original investors in the league, and works in the league office as well. And just the context he had back in Nebraska. From his days at Ohio, it kind of comes full circle. And I guess my name was recommended by a few people that I feel very blessed. I just received a phone call, and I was taken aback, but very, very flattered and very excited. And the more I researched the league and found out a ability and the infrastructure that they were building and the potential, there's no way I could say no. So I feel blessed to have this opportunity, and I'm actually completing my second week. So I'm the new kid on the block.
Out here doing big things. Now, you mentioned something, and I hate to go back, but I feel like this is important because I had heard that this is a very interesting story. So I'm going to go back to something you mentioned. You played volleyball at Ogallala and then went to Kansas to play volleyball. But I hear there's a great story behind you going to Kansas to play volleyball. Can you share that?
Now, I'm kind of wondering where you found out that story. Well, it was, it's interesting too, Rico, because I'm that first wave of Title IX women that benefited from the passing of that law. And all of a sudden, we had college scholarships that were being offered. And actually, there was some transition within the Nebraska volleyball program. And so when I came on my recruiting trip, they weren't quite sure who was going to be a coach. And what was going on. And the coach from the University of Kansas brought me down there for a visit, and I just fell in love with the campus and the coaching staff, and so committed to the Jayhawks. And then that summer, Nebraska hires Terry Pettit. So when I talk about the Terry Pettit coming full circle, that's actually, it was his idea to create that director of operations along with John Cook and bring me back. So I always say I've got Husker in my heart and Jayhawk in my soul, or vice versa, but they're both there.
Now, we're talking about the Pro Volleyball Federation. We're speaking with Diane Mendenhall, who's the president of the Nebraska Pro Volleyball team. And Diane, Omaha is actually one of, if not the smallest city that the Pro Volleyball Federation decided to give a franchise to in their inaugural season. Can you explain to us why Omaha was selected to be one of these inaugural teams?
Well, I can quote, a lot of people will be familiar if they watch beach volleyball, and there's 3-time Olympic champion, gold medalist, Carrie Walsh Jennings. Carrie Walsh and Misty Mays played together and were extremely successful. And she's one of the owners of the San Diego franchise. And I was actually watching an interview with her. And when they talked about the city locations, her statement was, you cannot have professional volleyball in the United States without having a team in Omaha, Nebraska. And I think that just breaks volumes. Number one, for the love of volleyball across the state. As John Cook says, this is the state treasure. And number two, just how the CHI arena has just sold out. And so you just have the greatest fans. They're the most knowledgeable, most passionate, that are showing up to cheer on these teams. And that history and that notoriety has spread not only throughout the country, but throughout the world.
Now, Diane, I mean, you just mentioned it, the CHI and the crowds that it does draw for college volleyball, and then now hopefully for professional volleyball as well, which is expected. I mean, just the passion in this state and the ability for a professional volleyball organization to play in a venue like CHI instead of somewhere smaller is a really, really cool opportunity.
You're exactly right. And that's one of the founders of this league, Dave Winham and Stephen Evans, said we're going to play in big arenas, and we're making an investment in this. And it's that speaks volumes for the attendance and the people that we know will be drawn to the CHI Center. Already our day one fans and those that have already joined that wait list, and the ticketing opportunity as far as deposits will open up Thursday. But we're seeing the demand not only in the Omaha metro area, but a large demand outside of Omaha. So it really speaks to the entire state in that regard.
And so, I had this all teed up and now I just spaced it. Oh, okay. So we talked with Gina Mancuso-Prasad yesterday, and I wanted to get your take on how important it was to have somebody who grew up in Omaha, in Nebraska, went to Nebraska to play for the Huskers on this team to, I don't know if it was just somebody with so much passion for the state to play a game that is so important to this state.
Definitely. It's such an honor to have Gina as a member of the team. And just her, number one, her ability, the personality that she brings. She's one of what we call our franchise players that actually is even more involved in the operations of the team and helping get the word out about the team is so important. And, as Nebraskans, we latch on to those homegrown kids, so it's so exciting to have her. And then also, we have within the state too, we have Natalia Valentin Anderson, she's an Olympic athlete for Puerto Rico. And fortunately, her husband is from Nebraska, so she now lives in Nebraska. So we have a little bit of a transplant on the team. And then I have to go back to relate this back to your previous question too, because it talks about the passion of the fan base here. And the players that we have coming here, Rico, that have signed with us we have 2 from Wisconsin, 2 from Penn State, 1 from Minnesota, 2 from Oregon. These players have played here before in Omaha. And their comment, that just a common statement throughout the ranks is, I want to come to Omaha. I want to play in front of those fans.
Now we're talking about Omaha and playing in the CHI Health Centers. That was announced last week. But I guess a question that I have is, playing in the CHI Health Center with Creighton being so close, is there any worry about a competition between the Creighton fan base and the Nebraska professional team's fan base?
My philosophy, and it holds true with everything that I've done in my life, is success breeds success. And if you look at what Terry Pettit did to build the Nebraska program, you know what his competition was? Think volleyball, Nebraska, was the Huskers. And you're talking the Huskers in the late 70s, early 80s, the scoring explosion, all of that. He's competing directly against football, but what he did was he embraced that too. And so you saw those fans leaving the football game and going to volleyball. You saw how each sport helped generate awareness for the other sports. So we would never view Creighton basketball as competition. If anything, it just advances the experience and the familiarity with the CHI Center and just the fun, different opportunities that you can experience.
And keeping it on Creighton, we're speaking with Diane Mendenhall, the president of the Nebraska Pro volleyball team. Keeping it with Creighton, their volleyball program on the uptick, usually a top 10, top 25 program at the very least. And their season, the collegiate volleyball season, ends around December, depending on how far you go. And your season will start around January. How are you going to keep that carryover and the excitement from Creighton's volleyball season and Nebraska's volleyball season and then all the other colleges going into the Nebraska Pro volleyball season starting in January of 2024?
I think what we'll be able to do is entertain those fans year round now almost. So they'll just get a little break in the summer to take their vacations, but it'll just parlay right from, people across the state supporting high school volleyball, and then the Blue Jays and, Wayne State and College of St. Mary and Concordia and all of those colleges. Now that finishes up, they take a little holiday break, and then they can join us at the CHI Center and get their fix through the winter. And we know as Nebraskans, we love to look for opportunities for entertainment in the winter.
All right, one last question before we get you out of here. I know that there is a big announcement coming Thursday, but also season tickets going on sale on Thursday. Can you explain more so that the people can go out there and get their tickets?
Yes, actually the day one fans, which you can still sign up for that now, they'll receive an email at 10:30 tomorrow morning with the link where they can go on and actually put a deposit down for their tickets. So it's just $100 deposit for your order, not necessarily number of tickets, just per person. And that places the order, $100 deposit, and that gets you in the line. And so when we do eventually put the season tickets out there, they will be first. Those people that have put down a deposit will be first in line for their season tickets. So, and we know you mentioned Creighton volleyball and what Coach Kirsten Bernthal Booth has produced there, and their sellout crowds at the Sokol, and then let alone the Huskers and the Devaney Center, that you need to get in soon, and that demand has already been high. So folks right now can go to neprovb.com and join that day one fan list, or get on there tomorrow. It'll open up on that platform at 10:45, as well as social media platforms. It will be linked to as well.
Diane.
And I didn't talk about the name announcement. Will be at 10:30 at the CHI Center, and then we're having a community event following that at Let It Fly. So feel free to come to Omaha and join in.
So name announcement Thursday, 10:30, and then headed to Let It Fly right after that, and fans are invited to Let It Fly.
Definitely so. Would love to see them there.
Perfect. That is fantastic. Thank you, Diane, so much for taking the time out of your very busy day. Like you said, 2 weeks into being the president. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join us today.
Thank you, Rico. It was my privilege.
Have a great day.
Preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? Worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides. Shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Problem gambling affects more than the gambler. It affects spouses, children, extended family members, and friends. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 476-2300.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in tonight every night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone you are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's effort. It's the entire dealership part and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the lost power.
And?
My condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Electric and let him handle it.
Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415, or online at ambitionelectric.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra light duty and new Silverado light duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. Must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
The learn about Southeast Community College is to visit, and you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour. An opportunity at our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers. We even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
You've got your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today. Sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
Nebco has hired CD drivers for ready mix concrete, Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I went in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks boxing and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 Tall Boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact.
We're back here on the Ticket Water Cooler, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. The Royals are currently playing on the FM stream, or FM dial, rather. So it's Nick Sitter and Austin Orman with you on the YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Allo Channel 951. We are also, just on the streams. Anywhere on the streams, you can find us. We welcome back in Austin Orman. What's up, man? How's life been?
Great. Diane was just as good the second time she was the first time. And it's interesting, too, to hear her comments from a couple days ago versus today.
Yeah.
To know what she was getting at, what she couldn't quite say until
Exactly.
today.
Exactly. Well, and the competition with Creighton or lack thereof, they're gonna have to worry and schedule around Creighton basketball because that is going to come first.
It has to.
Unfortunately enough for the Supernovas.
Like it has to for the Supernovas because otherwise, if they weren't willing to schedule around, they wouldn't have the arena.
Yeah, well, and you got a good point there. Okay, so once again, you guys can still chime into the show if you are checking us out on the video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, and the Starter Heyman text line are both open for you guys. To round out the Ticket Water Cooler here, and Austin's going to join me for one more hour here in the 1 o'clock hour. We got some good stuff coming up there. We're going to talk Big Ten quarterbacks, especially to kick things off at 1 o'clock. But to end this segment, it was just announced earlier today, a little after 11, that the Huskers softball's fall schedule is going to be featuring games on September 14th, September 21st, and September 28th, along with some other games, I suppose, as well. But this reason that this is notable, Austin, is
one
that
name and one name only.
There is a lot of people, myself included, that are going to say, you know what? I would be interested in going out September 14th, which is just in less than 2 months, and saying, let me watch Jordy Ball pitch. Let me check it out. Let me see what the two-time first team All-American is all about.
It's funny because she's going to drive a lot of attendance with, being in Nebraska and coming back home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's not do a disservice to the rest of the team, right?
Oh,
I mean, this is going to be people's first look at Jordy Ball. It's going to drive attendance, and Nebraska needs to, capitalize on that, do what they can to, continue to drive that engagement. But the rest of the team's really good too. You lose your one starter, you get a couple other transfers out of the portal. This whole team is going to be fantastic. So yes, it is a first look at Jordy Ball, but this is the first look at a Big Ten contender, probably up there with Northwestern if everything breaks right, in the conversation to host a regional if everything goes right. This is your first look at a fantastic team.
Well, and we can go through the same song and dance that we kind of talked about weeks ago when Jordy Ball announced that she was going to come to Nebraska. This is a softball team that is returning 8 of their 9 starters on the field last year. They bring in an intriguing group of newcomers, featuring obviously Jordy Ball, Bella Bacon, an infielder, and then a catcher who's a transfer, Peyton Cody. And then they also bring in 5 freshmen, Emerson Cope, Alyssa Golfin, and Caitlin Olensky, Samantha Bland, and Malia Tomes are all coming in to the Huskers program as well. But just once again, so they're going to have inter-squad scrimmages September 14th, 21st, and 28th that are free and open to the public. And then on Sunday, October 1st, they're going to have 3 different games happening at Bowlin Stadium. Only one of them will feature Nebraska.
Can we call this softball day in Nebraska?
Why
if
not?
We're having volleyball day in Nebraska, October 1st is unofficial softball day in Nebraska.
Why not? So to start things off at 10 a.m., you have York versus Bellevue. At 12:30, you have Nebraska versus Omaha. And then at 3 p.m., it rounds it out with Midland versus UNK. That's actually a pretty interesting kind of day in softball. Then obviously October 7th, Nebraska is going to play down at Kansas City or in Kansas City.
Have you ever been to that Urban Youth Academy they're going to play at? Nick, it is sweet. Think of you've been out to Optimist.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, except imagine if a Major League Baseball team put it together. Like you have a couple baseball fields, you have a couple softball fields in this huge just building in the middle of it all. There's a mural. It's really close to the Negro Leagues Museum there in downtown Kansas City. So my cousin and I actually took a walk and stumbled on it. We saw a Royals logo. We walked toward it. It's a really neat facility. It's got seating. That's going to be an awesome place to play.
All right. Well, then, so they'll play down at the Kansas City Urban Youth Academy. Then Sunday, October 8th, they'll return to Bowlin and play Creighton at 2 p.m. They play Saturday, October 14th. They play a doubleheader against Colorado State and then South Dakota. And then to round out the fall schedule, they'll play a doubleheader against Colorado State on Sunday, October 15th. So plenty of opportunities that, once again, are free and open to the public. People might remember, obviously, there was such a big demand for season tickets and just to get on the waiting list that a fall schedule, there might be some eyeballs, even though it's in the heart of football season. September 14th, there's a chance that it's still really nice weather out there.
Oh, it probably should be. It absolutely should be. And that's part of the issue with softball being played the time it is, like baseball too. You run into those weather issues. When you get to September, it might even be hot. Not even just mild. It might be legitimately hot even into the evening. So this is going to be a great time to really start putting a bow on, bat and ball sport season as Major League Baseball winds down. As Husker Baseball, I'm sure, has its fall scrimmages announced. But this will be a perfect cap to, really launch us into fall with seeing a fantastic softball team compete for the first time.
Well, and also, I mean, to be honest, despite softball and baseball starting in February, like second week of February, or even, third week of February, they don't get to play at home until April.
Right.
Baseball a little bit sooner. Baseball maybe plays later stages of March, but like, what was it? Nebraska softball had to wait till April 14th to play their first
something
home game
ridiculous. Yeah.
this year. So, and you're still going to have to worry about rainouts, and you're still going to have to worry about games getting suspended or rain delays or postponed. So no matter what, you're going to need. So this gives you an opportunity in a game-like setting to see a really, really talented softball team.
I'm sure you and Rico have mentioned this. I know it'll come up more as we get closer to this, but with USC and UCLA joining the conference, there's going to be a huge temptation for the Big Ten to play conference games early, kind of like it has done with football.
Yeah.
At USC, at UCLA. My hope is they don't actually include USC and UCLA in a lot of those, because that's a huge advantage, especially early in the season. When these two teams have been practicing outside, against game speed, game reps, compared to teams in cold weather who have been indoors for the most part. So you can have conference games that early. To me, if both teams, aren't warmed up, such as it were, aren't ready for it. But if you play too many conference games out there, USC and UCLA are going to have a legitimate leg up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's just part of it with when you talk about conference realignment and adding teams. I mean, even if teams like in the western part or southeastern part, that like a UCF, for example, is joining a Big 12 instead of a Big 10, where if they join the Big 10, they'd have a leg up but in Big 12, you're able to play outside and practice outside. That's where, like, having Den Hartog, and we don't really talk about this a whole lot, having Den Hartog be a turf field now
huge
is monumental for not only high school baseball, but also Nebraska. Just this last year, they practiced multiple times on Den Hartog when they didn't want to ruin Haymarket Park and Hawks Field, and I get that. They didn't want to get on there with cleats. You can go over to the turf field, and if it's above, what is it, like 35 degrees is the
28 real feel.
Yeah, it's if you get above that benchmark,
33 real feel.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay. And there's the benchmark there for arm health and obviously stuff like that. But if you can get out there, you can be in cleats, you can be in baseball pants, you can do sliding drills. Why also? A lot of college fields now have turf as well, turf infields as well. So there's pros to having a place like Den Hartog now be all turf, and a place that's open and available to Nebraska baseball whenever they need it. We should also mention they flipped a Creighton commit yesterday.
That's right. Colin Novacek from Elkhorn North High School was previously committed to Creighton and now is going to be under the tutelage of Rob Childress as the pitching coach. Which is, I think, a big get for Nebraska. Elkhorn North, I'm curious to see if we see something similar with Gretna East, these newer high schools that pop up. Where does the D1 talent go? Does it stay at, Elkhorn South? Does it migrate to Elkhorn North? Does it stay at Gretna? Does it move a little bit to Gretna East? What's the parity like there? Yeah. But Nebraska's going to have 3 straight classes with a pitcher from Elkhorn North in it now with Novacek committed to Nebraska. So that's important because I know you and I have talked about this many times. There's legit talent in the state of Nebraska, especially for baseball.
Oh my goodness.
It is a huge, export for the state. And that's great. But if you can keep that home, you can build out a third, 40% of your roster with in-state guys.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Well, and not even just, we could even have this conversation with another sport, girls basketball, right? Obviously there's a big decision looming in the next 7 months for Britt Prince and Elkhorn North, right? 5-star, 10th best player in the country according to ESPN recruiting, which take ESPN basketball recruiting with a grain of salt, but usually basketball recruiting on ESPN is a little more accurate than maybe football for ESPN. So I don't know. Elkhorn North though has, unbelievable talent. We saw Britt Prince multiple times in the state tournament, and she's rightfully so a 5-star and a top 10 player in the country who has a big decision looming for herself.
She does. And this is where you have to put the full court press on her you know, you have to, because Creighton wants her, because Iowa wants her, and plenty of schools, you know, nationwide do. But at the same time, kind of like what happened with Jordy Ball, you don't want to make her feel pressure to stay home. She has to come to that decision herself.
Yeah.
Right. And that's where I think a good start to the year will help Nebraska women's basketball in that case. But also, I think you have to get her around the program as much as you can before that. Because if you're relying on starting out hot, what if, you know, heaven forbid, someone else goes down with an injury, you start slow?
You're absolutely right.
I think Britt Prince has been through the process long enough. I think her mom, helping her in the recruiting process, knows enough to, you know, not base a decision off of the first few weeks of a season. So I don't think it should matter how the start of the season goes, but you like to have that momentum just in case, to back up all the work you put in, to put your money where your mouth is.
We got a lot of stuff to get to here in the first hour, or 1 o'clock hour, I should say. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it will be officially the happy hour. Austin and myself will return. Got plenty of stuff to get to. I just saw a report that Jordan Addison is in a little bit of trouble. The Vikings first round pick. We'll tell you about that coming up. We'll talk Big Ten quarterbacks in the 1 o'clock hour, and amongst other things. Plenty of stuff to get to here as we officially begin the happy hour. But that'll do it for the Ticket Water Cooler, sponsored by the Guardians of Freedom Air Show. Make sure you check them out at LincolnAirShow.com. That's out in Air Park on August 26th and 27th. That'll do it for the Ticket Water Cooler happy hour with myself and Austin Norman coming up next on 93.7 The Ticket. Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a main plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our